I think they had an update. They may have, because I don't.
Refresh in my drink.
What's going on, y'all? It's Cocktail and Convo. I'm your girl, comedian Stiletto, and it is Tuesday. Hello, it is Tuesday. Tuesday. Let me zoom in so that you guys know. So listen, it goes down every single Tuesday. Cocktail and Convo. Got my cocktail. You should have your cocktail. It's all good. I'm about to. I am here. Oh no, I don't know what just happened. Um. So listen, we got our co-pilots in the building. We also have a special guest this evening. So I'm not going to waste a whole bunch of time chitty chatting. Make sure that you follow me. Hope to see you guys when I am in the town near you. Please check my schedule, check my Facebook, Instagram, all that great stuff. And we're going to just start chit chatting. Let me get to everybody. Let me get the crew on here right here. So this man needs no introduction. You gotta love him, but you might hate him a lot of the time. Right? He's a cool dude. So listen. So I'm gonna bring him to the stage right now. Without further ado, wait 1 second. Let me exit. I'm trying to do too much at one time. Montreal Anthony from the 1-5. What's good?
What's up? What's up? Welcome back, Cocktail and Convo. We're gonna have a good show. Y'all already know what's about to happen. Y'all gonna be, I don't think y'all gonna be mad at me today, but you know y'all gonna disagree with me. There's gonna be a lot of disagreements, but we're gonna have fun doing it. Welcome back. And y'all already know what's about to happen. Don't mind me. I'm doing like the outside thing today, but we're gonna have fun. We're still gonna do outside.
Oh, you outside? You in the
I'm out,
car?
I'm out here. Got my
Oh,
warm up jacket on. Let my jacket heat up. Got my heater jacket on. I'm out here.
out in these streets. It's cold outside. You better be out, be warm. It's cold. It's
That's
super cold outside. I don't know. We're about to get you a place to go. We got to get you a place to go, yo. All right, and then you already know this gentleman. He also needs no introduction. Don't threaten him with a good time, Mister No Kiss in the Face. 80 proof. He got more nicknames on his show than a little bit. Melly Mel 80 proof. What's going on, love? Oh shoot, I'm clicking on everything but what I need to be clicking on. Yeah. Ah.
What's good? What's good? What's good? How y'all feeling? Yo, I got a couple shout outs. Shout out to 1-5, being the last nigga at the soup kitchen and then stunting on him and eating it in his car. That's some dope shit right there. I let to give a sadly departed shout out to Sobriety. I've been waiting for you to leave all day and you finally done so. And my last shout out or my last welcome is to Winter because I was 170 day away from actually thinking about recycling. So thank you.
Yo, I do not like you at all. Marcus said to listen, I got to get make sure I get Montreal's face. Marcus is on here rocking you right now. Marcus said that jacket heats up. Don't electrocute yourself on
So
camera,
heat
bro.
jacket. Heat jacket, Marcus.
What? There's a lot of this. Okay, let me look. Marcus said this, and then Dame said that.
Mm.
Dang.
Anywho, and without
Oh,
further
oh,
ado,
oh, wow, wow. Way to get that message and then pop in.
right. Well, here we go. Without further ado, the Queen, Ray 22. Queen, say what's
What's
up to the
up,
people.
beautiful people? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I am getting myself together. A little technical difficulty, but I'm here.
You
What's
did
up?
it.
We
Look,
ready. I'm
there
ready.
you
She
go.
ready.
Dame was waiting for you. He is so
Hi,
excited he's
Dane.
now arrived. Do, 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 do. Oh, okay. Now we lost Montrell. I hope he did
Yo,
not elect.
I don't know what is going on
Like, I don't
tonight.
know what is going on with the
You
technical
double
this,
dutching this bitch.
but we do have a
Right,
special guest. A
right.
special guest is on the show tonight, and I'm just gonna go ahead and bring the special guest on. Queen Ray, can you do the honors of bringing the special guest to the front as I do?
Yes. So this is like one of the dopest beings that I know. He's very supportive. He has his own brand and business line, and he is funny on the motherfucking stage. Okay, so I have to introduce Papi the Bear.
What's happening? Y'all feel good people.
Oh,
Papi
and
the
he's a great
Bear.
supporter of the show. So
What's
we have
happening?
all
Hey,
of that.
happy to be here. Happy to be here, man. I love the show. I'm glad to be on, man. Let's get into it, baby. Let's get into it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Word.
Papi, wait, you got to tell the folks, tell them about you. Tell us all about you. We need to know.
My apologies. So they call me Papi the Bear, aka Big Cash, man. You know what I'm talking about. Owner of Billionaire Bear Apparel. Newly acquired a new scent on the market. It's called Oso. That's dropping January 1st. So fellas, if you try and get ate up real good, ladies, if you want a man to smell good, Oso. You know what I'm talking about? And again, thank y'all for having me on the show. I appreciate you. I'm a big fan, and I'm happy to be here.
That's what I'm talking.
You know,
Said you want to get
you know,
up.
I'm telling you.
yeah,
I'm
you got a customer because I happen to adore getting eaten up.
That's one of his
So you know what I'm saying? Don't threaten me with a good time, bro. I'm in. I'm all in.
Dame.
Yes, sir. Got you covered.
Dave, you off the chain already.
Already started. He said, "Happy day, happy Thanksgiving." So wait, you too. Pimping. Marcus said that's pimping, Papi. You won't get ate up.
Ate up.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you something. Look, it's something like it's dangerous. I'm telling you.
Oh my goodness.
Woo.
See, that's the kind of man y'all need to watch out for. Because I was just reading this thing, and I guess we'll start with this first topic. I'm just gonna start out the gate with this one since we're talking about men, and we have a male guest. So listen, Papi. Some people are saying that women be putting too much emphasis on meeting a man's mother. You don't think you special because you done met a man's mother, or does that make a woman special? Does that still apply? Do those rules still apply?
I'm gonna speak from my perspective. Meeting my mother is definitely a privilege. And I say that to say any young lady that I've ever brought around my mother, I've been serious about. But nowadays that is not the case. I have sons that have brought their significant other or the young lady that they're dealing with at the time around their mother. The next week they had another broad. So nowadays it's not so prevalent, but I know back in my day, it was something that if you met my mother, you was something serious, because that stamp of approval is something like that. Right. You know what I'm talking
about? Okay, but you've seen both ends pretty much. You like, look, how I looked at it. Look, I bring you around my mom, then get something special. Maybe is it a generational thing? I'm not sure. Queen Ray, I'm gonna go to you, and I'll bounce over to Mel, and maybe my trouble be back in. I'm sure he has something totally opposite to say, so I'm interested. But Queen Ray, talk to me. Do you think you're special to meet a man's mother?
I don't know if it's. I guess it to a degree is a level of generational, but also just how you're taught to have respect. Like that was a big thing. Like my younger days, my heydays, but now, so you got the mamas like lying to the girls for the sons and stuff. They be like, "Hey, girl, Keisha come by." Then the next day it's 10, and then your mom knows how to not say certain names and stuff. If they be in it, they be in on it now these days. But there are also a lot of moms who are friends with their sons as opposed to the mothers.
But should you as a mother not have your child's back, like, versus what are you supposed to tell the girlfriend?
I think you can just stay out the business over here. Like, I mean, they bring them around. It's like, hey, but it's also as the mom, you'd be like, I don't even want to meet them. Like, I don't want to know none of them. I don't want to see them unless you're like serious about this girl, because I don't want to be like, "Ooh, call Keisha Pam the next day," and I'm not going to care about it. Like that's you the one that's gonna get caught up, not me.
Facts.
So if you like to know what I know, you just won't do it around me.
Okay. And
And I
look,
don't know.
Mark.
I feel like some mothers don't have don't like I don't know because it's like it's that weird line of like you want your kid to be able to talk to you and like share whatever's going on with them, but at the same time it's like if you playing around, I don't really need to know all that. Like just make sure you don't come home with no babies and no burning sensations and be all right.
Yeah, my mom's wasn't with the shits at all.
Right.
Lying. She wasn't no liar. She wasn't lying for you. If you got caught up in something, you're gonna have to get yourself out that bullshit. She telling the truth. You know what I mean?
I mean, who's
she ain't as pretty as the other one.
I don't know.
Right. No bullshit.
I think
I've been in that situation before.
And I would have thought that was so rude. Like, I just think that's rude as hell. If that's your mom and if your mom is say she's not as pretty as the other one or something along like something like that, like you throwing shade, you're being catty and rude. So I don't know. I got 3 boys. I don't really like no girls. Like I'm on the no girl. Like I don't give a shit who they. I don't care if you're marrying it. I don't even want. I don't want nobody. My baby. He's my baby. But at the same time, I don't. I'm more of a high end buyer anyway. So we're not gonna sit down and have all these little conversations because I'm just not that friendly when it comes to. Because I always feel like y'all are young. I don't these I see them and I just
they
keep
might not laugh, right?
And then you're not gonna bring up. I usually meet a girl by accident. I'm in passing. I might have just came home. He was already trying to. Okay, see you later. Waving to her, and I not seeing. And she, hi, But as far as that meeting situation, yeah, she would. I would say that the person would have to be very, very special to them for them to bring, as they know better. I'm not going to tell on you. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, is this Keisha, Pam, or whatever. I'm not going to do that. But at the same time, I'm gonna be like, you're probably gonna feel my energy, like, another one, like, boy,
another one.
But I'm not gonna put my child out there. But I'm gonna be like, later on, I might have a conversation with him, like. Don't do that. Daughter too. Like don't bring people around it. Like it just doesn't make sense. But that's just what I believe. But Mel, what you thinking? You bring people around your mom. You and your mom are like super tight too. But your mother lied.
She's my mom. She ain't your fucking mom. You better do, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to what? She better have my back. This is a no-brainer. Like she ain't your fucking mom. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, I'm saying like I don't even bring a certain amount of friends around my mom. So only a certain amount of my friends meet my mom. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women that I've met, my mom was asleep when I met them, and she was asleep when they left out my life. So I don't need me bring them home to her in the first fucking place. But I mean, the few that that I have had, you know what I'm saying? It's a big deal. I'm not just bringing anybody to meet my mom. I mean, if you get to meet, if you're around long enough, and it's a gradual thing. Like you meet you around me, then my boy, all my brothers, and then you go to my parents. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole we don't be just start kicking it now. I myself have met lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of moms. They can't stop introducing me to moms, but I don't give a fuck about any of that. But I'm just simply saying that's not for me. It ain't happening with me unless you are special.
You think it's different for girls though? Queen Ray, do you think that it's a difference? Do women go out of their way to introduce that man to moms, dads, whatever the case may be?
So I've always like if we're cool enough where I've been around you enough, I have this thing where I want you to meet my mom. It's almost like how they say don't go too long with dating somebody before they meet your kid, because if them and their kid don't get along, that might be a deal, a deal breaker, and you wasted time. Like if there's a level, of like when you get around because I feel like when people get around the older people in your life, mom, grandmother, dad, the ones that you like grew up with or that you have a lot of respect for. And if there's any inkling, not saying that you would stop dating that person, but if the energy like don't match kind of thing. It could set something off, and I don't know. I'm one of those type of people. I'm just weird. Like I need energies and things to kind of click, or just at least be okay around each other. And so it was always a thing for me. If you were around about 6 months, you had to meet my mom because one, well, I let people meet my mom ton in the beginning if you take me on a date anyway, because they need to know your license plate, they need your GPS, they need to know how to find you, if I go missing. So it was like certain information is given and they need to be able to identify your face. So it might not you hung around my mother, but you were at least introduced to her because it was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna know who to point at in the lineup if my daughter comes up missing, and the one I have to come after if if that happens. So I don't know. I'm different. So I don't know. I feel like it's not necessarily a guy or girl thing. I feel it's more of like how you were raised, and if you even have a relationship with your parents. Some people don't have a relationship with their parents, so it means absolutely nothing. You're like, oh, all my bitches meet my mother. Like, oh, okay. Right. So I feel like it's not necessarily a guy girl thing. I feel it's more of like how your morals and how you were raised kind of thing.
Right.
And your relationship with your parents.
True. Facts as well. So what is Marcus saying? You got?
He said my mom used to try to sell Mary Kay to my lady friends, and I had to warn her if she's not gonna be around long, sell fast. She might not be a repeat customer. That's hilarious.
That is a good idea. I like it. I freaking like it.
Get some money out.
And my parents said like nobody I brought home in the first place.
Yeah, that's Never me. Did. I don't like nobody, so you might as well not even bring them around. I don't like them.
That me on the girl's perspective, I got three girls. You understand what I'm saying? So, and all of them are daddy's girls. So, for me, when they jumped into that dating realm, I had to meet everybody. I didn't care if they were serious about them or not.
Right.
Like my oldest daughter now, she's 27, and bottom line, if she going out with anything, I'm coming to the house. I'm taking a picture. Like, man, one, to make that nigga nervous. Two, to let him know she got somebody that's looking out for. And three, this world is crazy out here today. So for me, when it comes to girls, I think it's mandatory that that guy meets somebody that is in close proximity with that woman, because of the simple fact that so much is going on. And if a nigga think you by yourself, he gonna bust a move.
Interesting perspective, because I feel like I need to know. I got boys and I have a girl, but my kids, period. Like, I want to know your friends. I want to know who's around. I need to know numbers. I just think that you should probably be, especially with everything that's been going on in the world right now. Like, violence is at an all-time high, both Absolutely. Male and female. It's crazy. And since we're talking about gender, and we just talked about male and female genders, because there's a lot of genders that people could identify as. But the male and female roles, I was watching Candace Owens, somebody who I don't normally agree with once she starts getting past her third or fourth word. But sometimes, because she'll just take it left, you be like, I think I know where you're going. And then she just fucking alley-oops in some other kind of way. But listen, she said she feels like society is definitely pushing men to be more feminine and women to be more masculine. Like, we just pop, I can't. Papi the bear. I don't know why. I don't want to say the bear part. I just want to be like Papi, but Papi the bear.
Papi is fine. That's good. That Papi is fine.
Listen, he just said, I got my daughter. I don't care how old she is. I'm coming. This is that Queen Ray said the same thing. My mom will, because I'm a girl. Mel is like, my mom, my dad, they'll meet the person if the person is important. Like, those different types of things. But I mean, it is a lot of role bending. Can we call it that? Is it like air bending? A lot of role bending going on right now. Like, you're making,
nice.
That are, young like boys, men painting their nails and and it's in wearing dresses. Kid Cudi was just wearing a whole wedding gown, and it's just like more and more it's becoming the norm versus something that you would only see, on a runway or other things like that. I'm not sure. Plus, I was talking the other day and I'm sitting there at the bar and the guy is talking to this female and she's like, "Are you gonna buy me a drink?" And he was like, "Are you gonna buy me a drink?" And I just was like, ugh, like why men are whining, in my personal opinion, more than they ever had. And whatever a female has, they want to have it too. And I just have never seen that. And maybe I'm getting old. I don't know. I'm gonna start out with Melly Mel. What you think?
First of all, I have been talking about this for years. You know what I'm saying? And it's your fault. Y'all think that it was okay for your dude to tell you he had an attitude. That was number one. You heard your dude suck his teeth. He used his hands in the wrong way. Y'all let him wear those tight ass pants. Like this shit is on y'all. This is what the fuck the problem is. Y'all look at me and think that I should be a fucking caveman somewhere every single week because of the fact that I like the pattern that I make with my balls dragging the sand. I look back at it, I smile, and I think I did that shit. The rest of y'all is too ashamed, so your pants are too tight. Your balls can't even touch your navel, let alone some goddamn sand. That's what the fucking problem is. And y'all go out and y'all date these niggas who want you to see their belts. He wants you to see their belts. What the fuck are we talking about? Like these niggas got on fanny packs. All did that. Let these niggas go to the side, get that chocolatey cushion across the head. Y'all allowed it, and now it's like this is y'all fault. Y'all should have like no. I want the nigga who don't want to look me in the face. No, I want the nigga who never wants to kiss me. I like this is all y'all fault. You want to be kissed in the face. You want to be all held.
Who is
The
y'all?
ones that's fucking them. The ones that's fucking them. I go for the dudes too. Dude, if you fucking them, that goes to you too. Everybody who's fucking those dudes. I'm not being impartial. Everybody.
Okay. Look, I wear boxers.
Oh man.
He was making a comment off of what Mel said. Mel went on a roll. So
Okay, because I was just like, what does that mean? Okay, I'm glad. Thank you, Uncle Pete, for wearing boxers. It's really cold outside, so I don't want you to go without any undergarments. But yes, all right. So, Poppy the Bear, what do you think about this whole role bending? You know, making men more feminine, women more masculine. Is that something that you think that the agenda is being pushed in society right now? Or how do you feel about it in general?
I absolutely think that's agenda. That's something that's being pushed. For me, I fucking hate it. My sons, I preach to them all the time. You understand what I'm saying? A man is a man and a woman is a woman. I understand, we got all these different gender situations and all that. Whatever role you play that role. Don't play both sides of the fence. Especially when it comes to a man. The household I grew up in, the man was the man and the woman was the woman. You could tell a difference. My father wasn't going in my mother closet telling my son, baby, you got a clutching hair that matched these gators. That wasn't happening. You understand? Yeah. So it's not that I have a problem with it, but I have a young son. I also have a couple of grandsons, right? And they're watching these guys on TV walking around with these jeggings on and these guys man purses or merces or whatever the fuck they call them. And they want to emulate that because that's something that they see. I feel like that the OGs, such as myself, 40 and up, cats like that, we're not schooling these youngsters enough when it comes to being a man. Now, when I say that, that's not to slight anybody in any other communities, but I'm talking about a man's man, okay? Not a man's man that like a man, but a man's man for a woman, okay? We walk around, us as men, we don't walk around with pants too tight that we can't even put our wallet in. Half of these motherfuckers can't even put a light in their pocket because their pants is just that tight. They walk around advertising their ass all day, thinking that women ain't looking at that. Niggas is looking at that. Cat dudes is looking at that. So you're not advertising for a woman. You out here just like my man 80 Proof said. Motherfuckers is advertising belts. Why you worried about what type of belt? Go take your ass to Walmart, get you a nice sturdy belt to hold the motherfucking pants up. What's the point of having the belt on if you're gonna have the pants down halfway off your ass? And what they don't understand, that shit started in jail. If y'all don't know, I'm gonna school y'all or something right now. Motherfuckers in jail is the ones walking around with their pants off their ass because they advertising their ass to them dudes that like that. So if y'all don't know that, niggas is looking at your booty, sizing you up. They ain't looking at you talking, oh, that nigga fresh. No, they talking about that nigga fat to death.
Right, because if you want your belt to show, tuck your shirt in. That's when you see a well-dressed man with expensive belt, a lot of the shirt is tucked in so that you can see the belt. They don't have to pull their pants to a certain point where you can see it. Like I was at a show and all I saw was underwear, and I was just like, yo, like you done messed your whole outfit up with your drawers. Like I don't get it, designer or not, it's not cute, but
right.
that's just.
And I'm not
This
paying
this
no
also
50.
go to niggas who don't work. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't work, you know what I'm saying, and you sleep and your girl get up and go to work, this is for you. Like I hate niggas that don't work, son. I hate non-earners. And if you ain't fucking earning, you know what I'm saying, this definitely goes to you, bro. You the same motherfucker. If you don't like it, you can see me. And you can see me when I get off work or before I go, because I have work every fucking day.
Wait, no, I'm not talking to you. Can you read the comment for us, Queen Ray from Uncle Pete?
He said, "We are the men that work hard. Come, what? No, I don't know what the ready to go back and do that job. I'm
Don't worry.
retired, still working in the heat, the cold, no chapstick."
But I mean,
I get what you're trying to say.
but what do you feel about like? But the even though we're talking about the men, society pushing more feminine tendencies onto the men and telling them that masculine tendencies are wrong, and in some cases, they're doing the same in the opposite realm to women. So Queen Ray, they're pushing the agenda to make or saying women be, I think that it came around the independent movement where like I'm independent. And I don't think that there's necessarily anything wrong with being independent, but independent doesn't mean you have to be more masculine to be independent. I don't think, but that's just my thought. Queen Ray, what do you feel about this whole gender bending?
I don't, I don't know. I'm tired of people, and I don't want to be here. It's like I'm just one.
I believe you.
I just, like I believe in sharing your feelings and understanding, but the level of sensitivity, and I don't know if it's because of both social media, like there's so much more access to people, and for people to like fake like who they are, or to cover up, who they are. Like I don't even know if some people know who they are. And it's like you're never gonna find out because you're so busy trying to be like. I feel like a lot of it's just some people think it's the trend thing to do. They don't even know why they wearing their pants like that. What's the purpose? They don't know. Like Papi said, how it originated, and they just doing it because they think everybody else is doing it, and this is the thing to do. Keeping up with the
Mhm.
Joneses, so to speak. I
Absolutely.
I don't think that I think I always go back to the numbers. I'm a numbers girl, so there are like because the women are overpopulate the world as far as a percentage to men. There's more women in the world than there is men. There are that things where no one. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of teaching. There's that Nana, the mamas, the big mamas, the granddaddies, and all that. A lot of our households are broken. They're made up from whatever we make it to be, and not what this quote unquote is traditional.
Mhm.
Um, so we don't have like that gap of not having the mentors in like in every household. You know what I'm saying? There's still the mentors of people that direct and will pull a kid, snatch a kid up, and pull them to the side and be like, "This is not what we do." But how many of them that do it is like far
Right.
few between than how we when we were growing up.
Right.
You would
So
think.
Let me tell you, no, little girls don't do that. We don't. We cross our legs. We wear skirts for certain reasons. Or I know the sides of single parent household, but also having members in my family that were married 50, 60 years. So I
right.
understand, how you treat your husband, you
Mm.
know, showing your children that this is what you do to honor your relationship and your family. Like we don't have none of that these days.
Right, but we also have, and we don't, and we also have women that are in their 30s and 40s and things like that, wanting to, they will demasculate a man quick. If a man
Mhm.
opened the door for them, I got it. I don't need nobody to open no doors for me. Or I can cut my own grass, and you can, and you might be able to. But is that not a form of demasculating? If the man is offering to open your door, to pull out your chair, or whatever that looks like, those things that gentlemen are, I mean, I know my sons are raised that way. I don't
Mhm.
know about a Poppy and Mel and people like that, but those were things, those were common. It was not, and no woman, it wasn't ladylike for a woman to be like, what, I could do it myself. Yes, of course you can pull your, I'm sure you sit down by yourself multiple times throughout the day. But have we as women lost our femininity as far as knowing how, like you were just talking about, being taught to, this is what
Mhm.
ladies do. It doesn't mean you can't. And I think, I felt like a lot of women have gotten into that place where we've been doing it so goddamn long by ourselves that we almost don't know how to let a man be a man. We want to be the man, the woman. We want to be, oh, we want to do it all, not because we want to sometimes, but because you just been doing it in
You
that
train your
cadence.
mind, right?
Change your
But there's
mind.
also that weird mix of it's these fine lines because there's that girl who may be was kind of pretty or something, but mentally is broken and can't let a guy do it because of abuse or rape or like whatever's going on in her mind. So that's
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of hard sometimes too. It's like you just don't know where some people are coming from. But we
Right.
are to a point where it's like, but we also have men that say, "Oh, she got it." I've seen, I've stopped and looked to see if a guy was going to at least reach for that door, or at least say, "Hey, girl, hey," like you said, buying the drink or something. Like, can I offer you something? You know, I've watched guys and they just be like, "Oh, she got it,"
Right,
especially if
because
you give them
and
that
I've
what
told
they want.
guys they will.
If you
And
don't give
I've
them what they
asked the
want,
guy, why did you respond that way? He's like, because the last bitch I offered to do something for straight came with attitude, like I'm trying to sleep with her because I'm opening the door. Like sometimes I'm like, I hear where women be like, oh, he's trying to talk to me. I'm like, no, that was him just being a gentleman. Like
and some don't know how to let that
have we
go.
gotten that far away from people just being able to be just nice to one another? A man being nice to a female without any intention, me opening your door, me pulling out your chair, or me grabbing, hey, this is your bag, and I grab your bag, doesn't mean that I now want some ass for that. But in some instances, people will take
They
it
do.
that way. Poppy the Bear, talk to me. Are you the type of man to open doors? Is chivalry dead? Should it be dead? Do women know how to take it?
I mean, I'm absolutely that guy that will
Yeah.
grab the bag, take the door, grab the check, whatever it may have you, right? And I have ran into those females that have that "oh, I got it" mentality, but it goes back to communication,
Right.
and the situation where we got, like you said, the demasculinization of our
Mm-hmm.
men, right?
Mhm.
But
Mm-hmm.
all it takes is a conversation. Most times, I'll give you a case in point. I had a young lady when I was at work a couple of days ago. She was lifting some totes. Now that's her job, but at the same time, me as a man, I can't stand there and watch a woman lift certain things if it's over a certain weight. I understand that's your job, but let me help you out. And I got it, I got it. And I'm like, hold up, sis, it ain't even about the fact that you got it. It's just me as a man. I can't sit here and watch you work like that. And her response to me was, niggas always think they can do this, that, and the third, blah, 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 better than women. I said, hold up, sweetheart, it ain't even about that. What it's about is if you was my mother or my sister, my wife, my daughter, I would like to think that a man would come and step in and help you if you're struggling. Now, I understand it's your job. Again, I ain't trying to stop your money or I ain't trying to stop nothing you're doing. But please allow me to help you because you're struggling.
Right. But do you think that our women, so you're saying that women, you do get that pushback and things like that. And a lot of the times, these are people that you may not know. Like, this isn't somebody that you know, that you spend time with, where y'all can sit down and communicate. So how do you communicate that with someone? That do you even say anything when, like, you had a conversation with this young lady? Like, that's not why I'm saying it, just to give her a different perspective. But a lot of the times that doesn't happen. It's just attitude. People walk away. People stop doing it. Like Queen Ray said, she got it. Shit, I'm not doing it now. Or, you know what I mean? So
again, like Ray said, the big mamas, the granddaddies, all of that stuff, that's gone. It's no more.
Right, but when do we stop holding on to that? We know it's gone. So now what?
I mean,
now to me,
it
starts with me, you, Queen Ray. Like we still got some people here that have a little bit of both, I guess you want to say, of new and old, to be able to cipher through and hand down and pass those traditions on.
We just can't allow it to,
you know. Papi said the communication.
We can't allow that situation to die, because if it dies with us, it's going to be gone forever, you know. And the whole thing in a nutshell is we can't touch everybody. That's just like what we do with comedy, man. Not everybody's going to laugh in that room, but if one or two people laugh in that room, you've done your job, you know. So I might not be able to get across to every young lady or every young man that I speak to, but if I reach one or two, then I feel like I've done my job, because it didn't die with me.
Right. But some people will sit around other people that go against values that they have. And you call these people your friends. It's my homeboy. Disrespectful as shit to women, something that you might not be. But you're allowed, do we not feed into allowing people to, because we go nowadays, that's just what they want to do. If that's what they want to do, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Everybody want to mind their business, but being people all at the same time. I don't know. And then I have a couple comments. I know Tink said, why we stop putting women on a pedestal? Because what's the point? Like, ooh, Mel, go ahead.
I mean, saying that a woman is the fairest sex doesn't define pedestal. What I will say is that I do teach my son proper etiquette. You know what I'm saying? I do teach my son that you, as men, we walk outside of the street, saying that you hold the door. It's very rarely is it ever commonly. People always look at your motive. It's really none of my business. I know what I won't do is have some woman hold the door for me. Like I'm not interested in that. I don't know how that sounds. I really don't give a shit. I'm not interested in you holding my bags. I don't want no parts of that. And I mean, I tell my son the same exact thing. And sometimes, you know, if a woman says she good, oh, okay, bet. Like I don't fucking work for you. It was an offer. You know what I'm saying? You say you good, I let the door go. But having to hit you and knock the bag out your hand, that's fine, because you had the opportunity to let me to mind your business and let me mind my business and do what I felt like I needed to do. So I mean, you know, nobody dictates my steps. You know what I'm saying? Other than God, I walk my own way, and so I know that what's the right thing to do. I'm not looking for a woman to cut her own grass. I don't want you, you know what I'm saying, pumping your own gas. I don't need you being able to take a punch. Like, if that's what you into, then you know what I'm saying, you're just not for me.
But Mel, with Brian, Tink is asking, he's asking us, why should men be chivalrous? And why should that happen in 2021? Why is that even a thing?
It's not about. So let me say this. Why wash your hands when you pee and nobody knows? You know what I'm saying? Why wash up? Why not use deodorant? You know what I'm saying? We do certain things that just simply should be done. If you want to feel like you holding me to some sort of pedestal because your hygiene is intact, then I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same exact way. If you think that you holding her to some sort of pedestal because you're doing what you feel what is the right thing to do, then fine. Then that's on her. You know, I don't need you protecting me. If I have a free finger, I want the bag because of the fact that I'm not interested in somebody. I just think that it looks ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. I just think it looks ridiculous to even think that why as a man are you so entitled? That's our fucking problem. As men, we're earners. We're not entitled. You know what I'm saying? There's producers and takers, and men are producers. What your role is
Absolutely.
as far as other genders is none of my business, but I am a man and I produce. So why do you feel
Um,
some sort of entitlement that women are held to a pedestal as opposed to being what you should just simply do?
Okay. All right. Nevin is saying because it's still women that deserve chivalry and recognize. Listen, you got it's still the power is there. Like I don't understand why people get so upset. Like I said, I've never heard so many men get so upset that women get certain things that they can't. Like it's almost like a little temper tantrum. Like they clutch their pearls. Like I'm like, oh my goodness, why can't you take me?
Are you in
I deserve
competition with a
a
woman?
like, oh. And say, look, okay,
Who do
so
you who
Tink
do
is
you
saying
compete with?
come on to debate. Tink, you know the door's open, so you hit us up and you can debate all you like sometime. I don't know. I'm just saying, Bobby the Bear. You hear this? Why should women? Why Tink said? Why are we putting them on a pedestal? And Tink is a comic, but I think Tink is like hella serious right now.
that and Tank, that's my man. That's my man. Shout out to Tank, man. For me, I'ma just say this. And I know every nigga on here will feel me when I say it. It ain't nothing like a motherfucking black woman. A woman, period, but a black woman. You understand what I'm saying? And when I say that, right, I say that to say, nigga, when you come home from working 14, 16 hours, you got a hot meal, the house clean, the kids is down, and she ready to blow you down with a nice drink, whole situation, all that. Ain't nothing like that. So to be put on that type of pedestal is to say, just like certain women of stature put us men on a pedestal that go out there, make that bread, come home, make sure the house straight. She ain't got to worry about a motherfucking thing but getting her nails done. Or excuse me, or what color she getting on her nails when she go to that motherfucking salon. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of time I'm on when I say that type of thing. You understand? So it's not to belittle anybody or anything like that. What I'm saying is the women that we've grown up with and the women that we have been introduced with. J. Cole had a song or something. He was saying something about he grew up on Lisa Bonet and now he left with the Cardi B's or some shit like that. I think y'all know what I'm talking about. But it's the type of woman or the type of women that deserve that pedestal. It's all there's been holes throughout history. There have been good women throughout history. We know some women don't deserve praise. We know some dudes don't deserve praise. Nigga, if you home every day, just like my man 80 Proof said, if you home and don't work and you on a fucking PlayStation or an Xbox all day waiting for your girl to come home and give you a fucking cigarette, nigga, you deserve to be drug out back and be shot.
Right.
That's just how about that. You
Well,
understand? As a woman, if your man out there, he putting it down, he working, he making sure you ain't got to do a motherfucking thing, and he come home to a dirty house and some oodles and noodles and fucking hot dogs, you deserve to be cheated on.
okay. Well, we got two
Right.
comments, two very long comments. So men are backing you up. They're like, nothing like that woman's love, nothing like black women. Big up to all of that. Now, King Tank is back. And he's back and is ready to say this, Queen Rain.
Look, I'm not fucking you or trying to fuck. And if you ain't family, why the fuck I gotta give you my seat when you protest for equal rights? And that part, that's the part of it.
Oh,
Let's see the next one. Because I'm out here raising girls, so I can't hold the man that is going to try and entertain them accountable if I don't hold myself accountable first. I like that one.
Okay, stretch. Okay, stretch.
When God made black women, that is so loving, coming home to a strong sister. Okay.
Papi, I agree. Every people are giving people they gonna make you mad, Papi. Oh my.
I mean, look, I'm just speaking on where I've been, in my experience in life, And to answer my man King Tink, we got to think about this. We got daughters, we got a wife, we got sisters. So that same compassion and chivalry that we show them, we would like for them to have that same thing going out into the world, although that's not reality.
Well, some people, I did just see this article. The young man was sitting, and they took a picture. It was a lady that got on the bus, and she was standing up, and he was sitting down, and people were going back and forth about should he have gotten up and gave that woman his seat, or should he? Is it can she not stand? Does she have some type of disability? Things of that nature, and they kept going
Yes,
back.
he should have gave that seat up. He should have gave that seat up.
He was like, "I'm tired."
I would say at least offered, like, because sometimes there are women that'll be like, "Oh, okay, I don't want to sit down. I'm okay," or something. But at least
offer.
Yeah.
So what my problem is, and it's my own personal weakness. I have a phobia of, because I do this often. I look in the mirror and I have a phobia getting glass in my eye for something that I can't see myself doing that I shouldn't have done. If you think that I'm gonna be sitting in a seat when I have the option to stand up and it's a whole lady standing there, I'm getting up. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes I won't even take the seat because I don't want to be put in that predicament because I don't want to get up. I'm not a nice person at all. Don't think just because of the fact that I'm doing a duty that I'm nice. I'm not fucking talking to nobody. I don't talk to nobody. Don't talk to strangers then. I don't talk to strangers now. However, that don't change the type of person that I am. So I will get up and I will hold the door. That's because of the fact that I have the phobia of getting glass in my eye when I look in the mirror. I mean, that's my own weakness. We all have phobias.
I get here's an answer. Like,
hey, yo, Tink. Yo, Lord Jesus.
do y'all see Queen?
Wait a minute.
Open fun now.
Wait a minute. This is crucial because this is a pre-op or post-op question.
Really? Really?
Well, trannies are considered women now too. I ain't giving a tranny my seat
with
a man cast.
So the answer is post-op, yes. Pre-op, no.
Okay.
That's the answer.
I'm not even mad at you. I don't know. I just have seen this big trend. But since we are on the topic of men and we're talking about men, but I don't know how you raise yourself.
I ain't doing the 80 proof. Your feet as big as mine.
I understand. So listen, we've been all out here hustling. Everybody been grinding, especially with Corona. It has not let up its foot on a lot of people's necks. So everybody is out here hustling. But there may have been a time where you were hustling and everybody get in that grind mode. So you're in hustle mode. What should you be doing if your partner is in hustle mode? And what do you expect from your partner when you're in hustle mode? Do you feel like you change any? I'm gonna start. We've got our special guest, so I'm gonna go ahead and start out with Papi the Bear. Papi the Bear, hustle mode. How should your lady act, and how should you act when your lady's in hustle mode? Talk to us.
Well, I mean, to be perfectly honest, man, it's hustle mode all day, every day in my house. When it comes to trying to get that bag. When it comes to my wife, when I'm getting ready to go into that hustle mode, that's just like now. I've been grinding for the last 38 days, and her mentality when she sees me or when she has the inkling that I'm going into that type of mode, she stays out of my way, and she knows that it's nothing that is personal, that I'm not neglecting her in any type of ways. No, I'm trying to get something done. I need ultimate focus. I'm here, but my mind is on this grind. So let me be. And she don't mess with me. I mean, we've been together damn near 10 years, so it ain't nothing new to her when I go into them type of situations. So she leave me be. She cook me a little something, throw a pot of something in the refrigerator, enough for me to eat for about a week. I eat on that and keep on moving. So she pretty much stay out my way. But I would say for the average couple, somebody that's not uh used to their a significant other going into that grind mode situation, I would say to them, just talk about it. Communicate what you got going on, what you're trying to do, and what you need. Again, it goes back to communication. If you talk to somebody that you with, if you sleep with that person every day, it shouldn't be anything that you couldn't talk to them about, especially when it comes to that hustle. And 9 times out of 10, if you communicate to them, hey, I'm about to go on the grind mode, this is what I'm doing, boom, 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 they gonna fuck with you too. All right, well, if that's what you're doing, let me get on my shit. You motivate. You might be motivating them to do something that they don't normally do.
So do you think that hustle mode can be like can cause confusion in a relationship? Even when you're communicating, you still may miss your partner or things of that nature. Like you said, 38 days. Goddamn. Goddamn. That's a long time. Goddamn. You just, and mind you, and we're talking about like that hustle mode where you pretty much you eat and sleep. Not that everybody doesn't hustle all the time, but those moments where you like, I'm getting ready to, like, I know when I'm getting ready to do shows back to back to back to back. Listen, I'm probably not the most pleasant person to be around. Like, I'm a little agitated. I'm not getting enough sleep. I'm probably not, you know what I mean? I'm jet lagged. I'm all these different things. So your best bet is to go over there. It's like you said, Bobby, it's not saying I don't care about you. I just don't need that right now. And I think that sometimes, even though you've had that discussion, people still have feelings and emotions, and just depending on what they're
Absolutely.
going
I mean,
through. That
nothing
should
is
be
perfect.
it.
Yeah, nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect, and not all situations are going to be ideal. Okay, but the whole thing is, you have to, one, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you have to know that you didn't settle for just what was out there. Okay, if you handpicked who you with, and you know that's exactly what you want, then,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa, then that person is going to know what they're dealing with. Okay, if that person don't know what type of animal that they're dealing with, then it's always going to be confusion. But if you know the animal that you're dealing with, that's just like myself. I know that when my wife jump in there and she whipping them butters up and she doing everything, I know to stay the fuck out the kitchen. Don't come in there trying to touch nothing or nothing, or I might get plucked. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna, guess what? I'm gonna stay in the room. I'm gonna grab me a bag of chips or the beer or something. Stay the fuck out of her way until she finished what she doing.
Is
Then
that
I'm gonna
why
try
you
to
in the
put
room
her
right
butt.
now, Poppy? Is that is that why you in the room right now? I saw you get a beer and come back. Is that why she in there whipping it up for Thanksgiving? I wish the hell you would come in here.
See, I'm gonna tell you this. I got 3 of my kids over here and 4 of my grandkids here. They all know what I'm in here doing. I
Mm-hmm.
told them what was going on. They know to stay out my way. You know, so
Right.
it all goes back to communicate what you got going on, let people know what it is, and they got to be able to be able to handle that, and that's on both ends of the stick. If you want somebody to stick in there with you when you grinding, you got to
Right.
be able to accommodate them to say.
Okay. Now, the comments are going crazy. I told you, you're like Pope Bishop Poppy the third at this point. Okay. Queen Ray, you as a female, do you feel like that when you're in your grind mode, do men accept the fact that that women grinding and getting into that whole mental state, that movement? What do you do when your person is grinding and in hustle mode, and what do you expect from them when you're grinding in hustle mode?
Um, you know me, I always rational. So, are you a part of set hustle? Because sometimes it's the helpmate, it's you're a part of the business, you're a part of the plan, so you play your part. Um, if you're a part of the hustle, then it's just making sure that you're accommodating. If you're the lead of the hustle, making sure you let them know what you need of them. Um, if the hustles are separated, which are in some people's cases, then it's the acknowledgement. I'm here if you need anything, and like Papi said, then I'll move out the way. If you need something from me, I've acknowledged that I'm here for you to call on. Um, Outside of that, I'm gonna let you hustle. But it's
Okay.
communication is key. You have to discuss what ideal help or lack thereof, like not needing the help you need
Right.
from me. You have to acknowledge what is wanted or needed or considered from you. At least, some people are hard headed, so it takes a couple conversations. Some people get it off the first conversation, but it has to be said. Like, okay, this is my hustle, this is what I'm doing. Um, I'm gonna need this room for the day. You got me, I might be hungry a little later, might not be able to step away. You got me. Like, it's just being there to help each other and acknowledging it, or just getting out of the way, and
I don't
not
know.
and not bringing problems. Insecurities, jealousies, all of that.
Right.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
know. I'm not big on it. Listen, when I'm in grind mode, I want to just be left alone. And I'm not a big fan of a person trying to inject themselves into my grind. I don't need you to do that. It can become a bit frustrating. I just need you to be my man. I don't need you to be my manager, my security guard, you see what I'm saying? Like sometimes, like you just said, Queen, right? Like if I invite you in, cool. Don't I'm just giving a word of advice to people. Don't always be so aggressive with it. I know you want to help that person. I know you think you're doing something good, or you don't have any malice intent behind it. But sometimes that's not what's needed. Sometimes what's needed is you to be that person's partner in a relationship, not to join up and make this business work together. And that may not be what is necessary.
Yeah,
So,
that's where the
sometimes I
communication.
think there's a fine line between, yeah, you could tell somebody till you blue in the face, no, babe, I'm good. I just need you to, like Poppy said, can you cook me something to eat? Can you do these things? And I think as a woman, sometimes, I don't know, in my situations that I've dealt with, men, it almost go in one ear and out the other because men fix things. You know what I mean? You got a problem, they fix it. They get in a fixer mode in their head, and you're like, babe, I don't need you to fix it. I need you to fix me a fucking sandwich. As be right about now. Just make me a sandwich because I'm in grind. I don't need you to fix this problem for me or get on the phone when somebody don't do my money wrong, or you know what I mean. Sometimes it just is that fine line, and you really have to figure out like what your cadence, what your beat is. There's a lot of comments that we're just skipping by, and I just want to make sure that I throw them up at least. Great, great, great. Yeah, everybody can read that, and we'll see it. Side note. Where's the one
You gotta
five?
turn that. You gotta
Right?
turn that bowl in, bro. You gotta turn that
Right.
bowl in.
Dry like he normally does. Ain't no thing. Let's see. What is Tank saying? But if a man is grinding, women get mad about him being focused on anything but her. Thank you, Tink. I was hoping we wasn't going to sing this kumbaya shit all night and act like people, especially, I don't get in their feelings, and everybody's just so supportive and holding hands through
Right.
this shit. Yeah, if that was
Because
the
it
case,
takes
No, but that's where I said insecurities and
because
jealousy.
it takes proper understanding. You need to understand that if I'm hustling for our needs, you need to hustle for my wants. That's what the fucking difference is. Like I don't need. I'm out here doing it for us. I need you. Like if you working and I'm not in that position, then you might want to have clothes clean. You might want to have hot dinner. You might want to have these things. So I need to have them available for you. So it's a get in where you fit in. And if you don't understand what the hustle is, like if my girl was a singer and I don't fucking sing, well, why you got to go out every night? Bitch, you don't sing. You know what I'm saying? Understanding what she's doing is for y'all and make sure her fucking dress is pressed. That's what motherfuckers have got to do. They got to humble up. And in order for that humbling to do, they got to want to understand. And the understanding is that everybody's got to hustle because if she's hustling or he's hustling, that doesn't mean that you chilling. That means that you got to hustle to make sure that while he's hustling or she's hustling for your needs, you hustling for their wants. Have that mouth ready, have that dick ready, have that food ready, have the kids ready. Do what the fuck you got to do so that when the wants is, you know what I'm saying, when the needs is being taken care of, the wants is available. You gotta do that. And people are too selfish these days at times when they can't focus on the bigger picture. So they think about the immediate. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one going to bed alone. I'm the one that gotta go drop the kids off. I'm the one who won't shut the fuck up because you don't get the big fucking picture. And that's what the problem is.
But that's how the real conversation sometimes it does happen that way. And even you like the communication might happen that way the first time around, and then you guys learn each other, and then it's fine. Okay. Whoo. Okay. So we have now stepped into the grown zone portion of the show. We've been battling it out. If you just made it to the show, listen, men have been the topic, so we might as well keep it funky with it.
Yay!
Funky with it. Now,
it.
if you have children and they're nearby or elderly people or someone who does not like sex, they should probably remove themselves from the situation because it's about to get sexy. Sexual. Okay, whatever. But listen, this young lady wrote a stiletto letter and she is saying sneaky sex is better, period, point blank, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, here's the backstory, guys. She and her man have been together for 3.5 years. 2.5 of those years, she was his side woman. She feels as though, in a nutshell, that sex was better when they were sneaking around to have sex and be with one another. Now that they're actually together, she's like, it ain't hitting like it used to. Queen Ray, what are you?
It's the adrenaline, the excitement,
sneaky sex.
I don't know if it's better, but I think she just got caught up in the adrenaline, the whole excitement of the situation. You know, like, have you ever heard when they say, if a woman really loves you, the sex is better than when y'all, like, you know, when you break up or y'all like mad at each other or something, like it's a enhanced feeling or situation because of the, like, what you're, you know, mentally going through. So for her, it's like, because she's excited. Ooh, we gotta, you know, ooh, is she gonna catch us? Are you gonna get caught? You know. So for her, that's probably how she was getting off. And
See, that makes sense.
Now that you it and you the main, it's like, oh, where's the excitement part? The excitement part for you was the whole 2 years. The whole 2, so she was getting off of the fact that it was just the excitement, like, oh, we might get caught. And so now that that element has been taken away, it's like, okay, what's next? And she didn't know how to, you know, make other things happen.
Yeah, Mel, you're dying. What's going on?
I see what you did, Stiletto. You know what I'm saying? You a slick one. You know what I'm saying? We all keeping with the Thanksgiving. You're gonna bring a Thanksgiving theme to the grown zone. You know what I'm saying? Every single year, the big talk around Thanksgiving is, what's your favorite sides? What's your favorite sides? And see what happens when you make macaroni and cheese your main dish? It just ain't the same. That's what happens. Like, everybody ain't meant to be a main course. You know what I'm saying? Like, know your place. Just because you was baked in the oven with the turkey don't mean you ain't a casserole. Sorry, sweet potatoes, you just got yams. That's all it is. Like, there's nothing more to it. That's all. It's okay. These things happen. We all make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? It's not your fault. So yeah, that was a good Thanksgiving themed grown zone. That was real good, Stiletto. Kudos to you.
Look, Tink went back to our previous conversation and somewhat I just had to read the comment because I thought it was awesome. And he said men and women both need to understand we will never be each other's everything.
Right.
That was just very interesting to me. Will you
That's
ever
a
be
fact.
somebody's everything?
Right.
Is that
No.
even humanly possible? Especially if
they
you're not
say.
having sneaky ass sex. Sneaky sex, come on now. Sneaky, when you're sneaking to do it, like Queen Ray, you were talking about that adrenaline, that rush, like that thing. So to me, I'm like, shorty, you gotta find something that's gonna get your heart pumping, like that rush. It doesn't have to necessarily be
Like
a
go
sneaky,
cheat.
sneaky,
Go
quickie,
cheat. That's what she
sneaky,
needs.
right? Something's quickie, sneaky. Y'all need to, find a closet in the hospital, or I don't know, like somewhere you're not supposed to be, maybe,
Where you
and do
can
it.
possibly get caught. Like
And you can possibly get caught. And I mean, what do you do when you get caught, though? What do you do? What do
it
you do?
depends
Have you ever
on
what they ain't
where
supposed to? Have you
where
ever
you
had?
get caught at.
Have
And
you
You
who
ever?
just say excuse me.
because certain people,
You
if
say
they catch
excuse
you,
me,
you
my
can look
bad.
like, oh, I'm about to finish this.
You can't
Other
promote a
people, you
side.
like, damn, I gotta stop.
Oh, okay. What you say? Wait, Papi, I heard something. He said something about somebody can't promote a side piece. Is that what you said?
Yeah, you can't promote a side piece. That's law. That shit they there for a reason in the season, like my man 80 Proof said. Check
I
this out.
tell you.
If I was ever your side piece when you had a nigga, I will never be your main nigga because in the back of my mind, it's another nigga on the side.
Mm.
Because if you replace that side and make it a main dish, you need another side. Correct?
Huh. Really? And not necessarily. You may be happy
Uh,
with. You may be happy. You may not want another side.
There's
Some
a
it
I
people
mean,
ain't,
like
that
it,
is
it,
what
it's
they
that's
say.
it ain't gonna be the
It's still a
same.
mental thing. Yeah.
All
so
I'm
you
simply saying is,
we have no
I
people that
mean,
have been successful with making their side woman or side person their main person. That's what y'all telling me.
I ain't gonna
Yeah,
say
sure.
that.
That's what I said. I mean, sure. I agree that you can. I mean, it can successfully happen. My point of it is don't be disappointed
when it doesn't.
when at the end of the day you just had green bean casserole. That's what you got. That's what happened. That's what she started off as. You was all infatuated with the French onions on top. Now what? It's all good.
Yeah, when
It's
you
all
add
good.
Now,
that
Somebody wants it.
different.
Somebody wants it.
now what is what you said? Now what? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. Now
Just
what?
saying.
Okay. So listen, Poppy. So you saying you would never deal with somebody and that had you as your side, as the side, and that woman wanted to upgrade you to first class to the main.
Negative.
You
Yeah,
would.
she
You're always thinking that there's somebody replacing your spot, right?
not even just that. Let's break it down, right? Your side
Uh-huh.
piece, you might see him once or twice a week, right? Maybe even three times if the thrill is that good and you got that much time,
Mm-hmm.
right? But when it comes to okay, now I'm gonna make you my main thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you go from seeing her at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning when you get off or just before work at the hotel, that type shit. Now you going to her house, she coming to your house. You seeing how she live, she seeing how you live. You
Mm-hmm.
know now you done found out that this bitch can't cook. She don't know how to fold your clothes. You understand what I'm saying? She found out that you got doo-doo stains in your drawers, or you wearing the same holy ass socks from 3 to 4 years ago. You don't. That's telling her, hold up, this nigga don't even change out his goddamn underclothes like he's supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So you seeing her in a different light. You seeing him
That's
in a
what
different.
happens.
You
So it doesn't
understand?
happen with all relationships, though. Like that
No,
doesn't happen
that's
with all
what happens.
relationships. As you're dealing
That's
with somebody, you start learning more and more about them as the time. Y'all don't just
It's
move
it,
in with each
it's
other
it,
right
it's
away.
different. It's different because the sneaky link you dove right in the fucking.
That's not necessarily true. There's people that have
nah.
side and didn't
Let
just
me.
jump into it that way. They
So
dated a person and then came into whatever, just like a regular situation.
see,
But
see.
it's a situation shit.
Maybe
I
Mal.
think I think I think I think it depends on. See, again, we have to be very specific. There are different types of side pieces. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's needs are different. So it depends on what needs are being met. So, for instance,
Right.
if you have a side piece that you just been jumping off with or what have you, then of course it's not going to be there. But if you had a side piece that was like an actual gourmand, you know what I'm saying, like an actual side, you know what I'm saying, you
Right.
might think that you can jump ship and it can be successful. You know what I'm saying? I myself have, you know what I'm saying, been lots of side pieces. You know what I'm saying? And some has been successful, some haven't. I haven't always been the main course. You know what I'm saying? I myself have been that macaroni and cheese. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't baked, but I was stove top.
Speaking
I
of
was still
macaroni and
cheesy.
cheese.
So I mean, I'm just saying it's around the corner. Y'all gotta understand it's around the corner. You understand what's happening? So I mean, I think that it just all depends on what needs are being met at the time. And again, it's an understanding thing. That's all I'm saying.
Mel, why is he saying it looks like he kidnapped?
First of all, the fact that I kidnapped them would assume that I would want them there long enough to even write a ransom note. Of course, I would.
Yo, you're such an ass. But listen, but why is it that people can't? She's saying sneaky sex. Like I said, you can find places that have sneaky sex. But since we were talking about side pieces, main piece, all that good stuff, why is that people, if you have somebody that's doing something sexually that you like, you know what I mean? Why you don't just go teach the person that you're with that thing? Is that not a thing?
It should
Okay,
be.
so let's clear some things up. You know what I'm saying? And again, a side piece is a if you're a male side piece, it's because you have a thing that the other man doesn't have, and it's called want to. So that's what the difference is. You know what I'm saying? We all are capable of doing things to keep you at home. However, people just don't want to. So for those who have want tos and y'all call them side pieces, that's what you get. So if you wanted to
Mm.
do it, it wouldn't even be available. You know what I'm saying? Don't call it cheating when you're not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Cheating means that you
Oh, that's
cheated on the
right,
test
Mel.
that you
'Cause you
played on
feel
taking.
that's right, Mel, because you feel as though if you're not cheating, if it is something that somebody else is providing for you that your person that you're with does not already provide. So if she doesn't, we were talking about before like food, macaroni and cheese. If she don't make macaroni and cheese at home, but then you go somewhere else and get macaroni and cheese, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
If there's been an understanding, if you met me eating macaroni and cheese and you gave me
Right,
macaroni and cheese and you understood the appropriate amount of macaroni and cheese it took to fill this tank and you decided to
right.
go to fucking okra, no, that wasn't the deal.
Oh,
Nobody said that. You know what I'm saying? That was a decision you made. As for me, my diet hasn't changed. I'm going to continue to eat the fucking carbs and the cheese.
oh wow. So let me listen. I didn't even get to this last sentence, and she just kind of left me on a cliffhanger because she's saying about sneaky sex again. Only thing that she feels is that the dick is harder and the pussy is always wetter. Is that true? Ask co-pilots. So is is it harder and is it wetter during a sneaky sex session? And it doesn't have to be with like a side piece, a main piece. It could be with your person. Y'all are just sneaking to have sex. Like, is it wetter? Is it harder?
I don't necessarily think that's true. I think it's like I said, it's a mental thing. So it seems like that because you're like, oh my gosh, we gotta hurry up and get this thing. We gotta, do this real quick, or we might get caught, or like.
Mhm.
So I
I
feel like
like the fact that you go like this when you say we might get caught. Like she gives like the sexy little shit. You might get
I'm just saying
caught.
it's
Yeah.
Queen right here
so
had sneaky sex. Clearly, you went into mode. You went into character. Oh, come on, Queen. You might get caught. Even your voice changed. I love it. That was awesome.
stop. It's like I'm sorry. But
It's
no,
that.
I think it's a mental thing. Like that's why
Mhm.
that's why there's that saying when you're mad at a guy, that's when his dick becomes little. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that it's like because the excitement and the fact of getting caught and things like that is like okay, so it could be seemingly better. Or mentally it could. You could be telling someone could be telling their mind could be telling their body like, oh, it's going down. Like, ooh, we don't do this on there often. Like, this is go time. So yeah, I think it's a mental thing.
Okay, King Tink is saying new pussy is new pussy, so that's what it is. Like when it's new, it's like a new car. You want to go to the store every 5 minutes. You want to get in it. You want to drive it. And then when it becomes a regular, your everyday car, you're like, yeah, I don't
Right.
really. I'll get somebody else. I'll Uber Eats. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
He said, "Hell yeah, ain't stolen candy. Doesn't stolen candy taste better?
Doesn't stolen candy taste better? I know it does not. I no. Does stolen candy taste better?
I mean, it might. When I was a kid, I ain't gonna lie, I stole a candy bar and
let me tell you
was
something.
yummy.
I think my parents had to fear God in me because I'm like, yo, if I eat stolen candy, I'm gonna choke to death. I'm gonna die, and they're gonna find the stolen candy in my throat, beat me back awake, beat me back to life, and then put me. I don't know. Stolen candy.
I was motivated differently. I stole different stuff. I wasn't going to be the one to call. I was already fat. I didn't need to steal candy too. I'm in there stealing Neosporin. You know what I'm saying? Like shit that I actually needed. You know what I mean? Fucking little noses. I'm in there stealing little noses. That's what the fuck I'm in there stealing.
Why are you sound like this girl who told me she's like, I didn't steal candy when I was young. Like she didn't steal candy, she stole ham. She was still
ham.
I
remember this girl stole a pack of bacon. That was the funniest thing to me.
Was it spiral ham?
What would you even do? Your 6-year-old come in with
ham on stealing the ham?
You can't. Oh my gosh, ham, yo! What the fuck?
That's
bacon.
That's too much. That's too much, man.
I don't even know what you say to your kid. They come in with stolen ham. Like you did not just steal a whole fucking ham. Like this. No. I'm so sorry.
There's really nothing.
Your blood pressure will be through the roof when I finish with your motherfucking
You just sitting there eating it. Like, how do you even eat that? But no, sneakies. I don't know, guys. I think she just has a mental problem.
I do think that you do have to be properly ready to go. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna pull it off, you ain't got time to be all trying to be all limping it out. Like you got to be hard. You got to be. So I think that just goes to the territory. You can't be all in the dressing room or all waiting for your number to be called. You know what I'm saying? All in the parking lot and shit. I mean, you know what I mean? You got to be ready to go.
Is that when you should spit on? Is that when spitting on the vagina is appropriate?
No, I ain't got time to spit on my own dick. I ain't got time for that.
Okay, so you spit on yourself and then just insert your.
Hey, it's showtime. Showtime, baby. We ain't got time. We ain't got time for no formalities. We ain't got time for the narrator to call out the next scene. It's go time right now. Open curtain. Let's go. Let's go.
Open curtain. Let's go. Like, so you don't spit on the vagina. You just like do the like that, like you do that, like everybody. I can't be the only one that's ever known. You just spit on yourself and then
sometimes or you know what I'm saying, I'll do it on my hand and put it down there on myself though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I mean, and then rub it. Papi, are you spitting on it?
Sometimes you don't need.
I mean, look, I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to it, brother. You understand what I'm saying? I understand.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's good time, yo.
He was talking about the sweater is this, and then Mel said you just got to be ready. Like you can't be limping around with the penis. And I'm like, that maybe if the woman isn't ready, how do y'all overcome that situation?
It definitely got to be a little Caesar situation, hot and ready, or it ain't gonna work. It definitely got to be a little Caesar situation. But me personally, as far as when it comes to sneaky sex, when you got kids, you can having sneaky sex all the fucking time. You understand what I'm saying? So Sometimes ain't no locks on the door. You got the, girl, look, I'm gonna back up on this door, toot that thing up on me so these kids don't come in here. Shit like that.
But have you ever had this situation where you don't line up? Where you're too tall or she's too short? Have you had to make the adjustment? Or you got it down to science now? Because like you'll go thinking y'all gonna do it, and then it's like, wait a minute, okay, no, I'm gonna come down you up on your tippy toe. Like you maybe is it or you got it down
like that's like football training,
yeah, I mean
or something. Like there's a playbook somewhere. Like we kind of thought someone thought it out or something. Like you're not just going.
I mean, you gotta bend them knees if if you're a tall brother and
There
she's
you
short.
go. That's all. You gotta make adjustments.
Get up under, especially if she got because you're gonna have to go up under.
Know what type of play you going in the game on.
Okay, so you going into the game with a play. Like I said, so I'm talking about just to me when I was thinking of sneaky sex, it may not be with the person that you're always with. You may be having sneaky sex with someone that you've never. So is that a fumble if you don't know if
because you still are there with that person. So mentally you looking like I can look at a guy and tell what. Now I don't know even without necessarily maybe even knowing his equipment, if the height, size, whatever. Like
equipment makes a difference on
no, it does. It can make a difference.
You might be too high. He's slipping all out. Like it's a lot. Even on a woman, but is a higher, lower,
is tall or short,
innies, outies,
can hold you, can't hold you. That's the type of stuff I'm saying. Like in my mind, I already know. Like okay, these are the 5 possibilities of what can go down. I'm not just it's played in my head somewhere.
Absolutely,
it's not just straight. Like I mean,
really.
No. And this is when you sit there and talk to somebody. What do they say? You know certain things within the first. What they say, 10 minutes, 5 minutes of a conversation with somebody.
I don't know if I need to wear heels during this session. I don't know what kind of equipment. I just think
no. I'm not talking about that.
Women have outies, some women have innies and things like that, and it's a different move. Even no matter they could be the same size.
You do have to be able to
in my head. That's been a thought in my head. Like if I see we're in front of each other long enough for me to know in those first 5 minutes. Okay, you're 5'10", you're 250, you're this thick, your arms are kind of big, so you might be able to pick me up. Like that stuff is kind of there.
Because I've never done this. I feel so weird right now. I've never looked at him and been like, oh, can he? I don't like being picked up, so I
don't either. But I'm saying.
But I don't ever look at it and do like, oh, well, he bend me over on the bed. I'm gonna have to ooch it up a little bit. I've never thought about. I need to get my shit together.
You didn't think about it because it was.
I think you know it, but you just don't realize that you thought about it like that.
I swear, because I don't know if it's because I'm vertically challenged. That bend over the bed type situation is always an awkward type of, not awkward, but it takes some adjusting. It's not always the same, regardless if the man is the same height, same build, it's not always.
Because the equipment can be different.
He might got shoe splints or some shit. Get a Charlie who can't be up on his toes, might be flat footed. I don't know. It's a lot. It's just
you got to crawl on the bed. You got to crawl on the bed, baby.
You got to do what?
Yeah,
you got to crawl on the bed.
Oh, is that what you do? You crawl up on the bed?
Your knees is on that bed, boo. Knees are on the bed.
Crawl up on the bed.
But what if then that makes your hind parts too high for the height of the person? No.
Oh, so you need to let it go. Let him control that.
One knee up there with
you. You said let him control that.
He back there, not you.
Yeah.
He gonna tell you what he needs. He gonna tell you what it needs. He gonna tell you what it needs to be done to get it all up in there. I'm just telling you.
Wanted to know what Mel, you was getting ready to say something before. I know I would have. Yeah.
No, I mean, I you know what I'm saying, but before you was on your way to your, you know what I'm saying, a bit of your moment, but it's okay. It's okay. You know what I mean? We all there to walk through it. We all together. You know what I'm saying? When there was one footprint still saying that's because I was carrying you. That's what was going on. But in this particular case,
figure it out. Because now I feel like I got people around me and I can ask these crucial questions too.
I mean, but I do think it's times when, you know what I'm saying, like ain't no question. The question's already been answered. It's go time. Now
So
you
I
gotta
see
figure out
it's in your
now
brain.
you gotta figure out
do this.
now you gotta
You
now you gotta
you
figure out
gotta
how you gonna pull this move off. Like how you gonna pull this off in a car that's way too small. That but you gotta have to do it. Like you gonna drop the seat back. You gonna somebody not gonna be able to sit. Yo, it's all gotta be done. And this is why all this is done. You gotta be able to maintain your integrity. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't and you lose focus, all is lost. Even if you do find the right position, integrity
Yes.
must be maintained at all costs. That's called 1-2. If she said
Okay.
yes to the spontaneous, you're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep the 1-2 in order to keep that movement going. So I think you work it all out. While Queen is all doing the mathematics and working it out, I'm sitting right there with my integrity intact.
But you're making moves. Like, I'm not saying that you don't look at the other person and think that they're attractive and be like, I'm gonna jump their bones. I'm not saying that. I get that. I'm just saying
Right.
planning out that person could possibly, what position we could work out. Like, I never thought about it. I don't know.
really.
Yes, I'm
I
like
don't
so
believe
mad.
you.
I
It's
had
the
never
instinct.
thought about the position. Like, I'm like, I just put it inside. Like, the fuck, like, I don't even
So
fuck how
that's
you
what
do
I'm
it.
saying. That's what
No,
I'm
that's
saying.
what I said.
You're
I
more
do
like
think
you're just
about
gonna
the
go with
sex.
the flow, but
Right. When I go with the flow, I'm never sitting there like, you know what, I could get on reverse cowgirl and then swing. I don't have like a playbook like ready. Like, okay, he 5'6". Okay, I know what to do. Grab ankles, move back. Like, I've
I'm
never
not
like
saying it's that detailed,
that
but I
organized.
don't like he said, we're in a car or something like that. I know that someone my height or taller, there are only literally probably two ways that we're even gonna fit in that bitch and make it happen. So I'm just saying it might not be that detailed, but it's enough where I'm like, okay, these are the possibilities. Like I thought
I'm just
about
like,
the
the
possibilities.
possibilities are endless. Fold me up in the baby's car seat, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I don't know how it's gonna happen. You know what Cat Williams had that joke. He said, I don't know how we're gonna take over Sony Mountain, but I'm gonna do my part. That's the fuck where I'm at. Like, I don't know how we're gonna make this work. But I, like you said he's driving. Like, go ahead, you drive the
Right.
car. You back there. You the one putting Poppy to bed. Are you? You said that you do plan it out.
Oh no, it's all
Plan.
instinct, baby.
I won't call it plan. We right don't want me to call it plan.
Because it's not a
Look,
plan. It's
But
just
what,
it's
what
the
would the
thought of
thing?
the possibilities.
right.
The
Everything is
possibility,
endless. Because like I
right?
said, you don't necessarily like it might be a situation where you don't even know what he's working with yet. But there's just certain when you look at a certain guy, you like, okay, I know what I can do with that.
Okay,
Same with fellas. We
okay,
are
got
be in a
that.
mind state of saying when we see you and we know what we want to do with you, we have already fucked you about 20 different ways
I gotta do this shit.
before we
I
even got.
Ooh, girl,
Wait a minute. Wait a
where's
minute.
your imagination?
No.
'Cause my imagination is
right.
whoa,
Maybe
whoa.
my imagine. I must
My
not have the
imagination is
I
what?
have not already fucked you in my mind. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm gonna be quiet.
If it's something that I'm if it's something that somebody that I'm attracted to and I know we about to get it in,
Mhm.
I've already did you in several times, and by the time we get to the actual act, everything is all instinct.
It just be a whole thing
See, I
like
don't
there
know
it
about that,
is.
bro.
Or
Talk to
have
me,
you ever had a
83.
guy be like, I knew it?
Let me tell you something, yo. Let me tell you something, yo.
Have you
I
ever had a
am
guy?
somebody
Have you ever had a guy?
who
Wait a minute, hold on, 2 seconds. This is stiletto.
I mean,
You ever had a guy?
I know that other people think this way. I just
Okay,
don't have it in me. Like, I'm
okay.
not thinking about. Like, I think about having sex with you. I don't think about would it the possibility how you can we do this position or like I'm not that. I don't think about it. I'm just
You don't
like,
even think about what you like can be done with that person.
I'm going to do it with who. Let me tell you something. I like sex a certain way and certain things.
Right,
So
not even
I'm going to do that regardless of you 5'6", 4'9", 12, 3, 6. It don't make me no never mind. I know what gets me where I got to go. And I'm,
right.
you know.
But
That's the game plan.
so the thought of how that can be done just that's still to me that means that you still have thought how that could be done with that person.
Okay.
It's just you're more open to, like, I'm open not to
I
everything,
just know I want to do it to
but
him.
I'm
That's
open
I
to
want to
certain
do it to
things, or like understanding what that guy, like that guy can tell me what he likes without having to tell me.
him.
See, it just depends. You know what I'm saying? I can't say it all the time. Sometimes if I were to meet somebody, if I was to meet somebody, and in my mind I met them with the intentions on like bending them, and then I pulled it off, then
Bending.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I don't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm about a 600 header, but at the same time, if I was to pull, you know what I'm saying? If I was to pull it off, then yeah. But if it's a thing that I'm not too sure, I can't, because then I'm focused on an encore. Like you know what I'm saying? My
Not leading
initial performance is, let
appointment.
me make sure I put on a good show, because I want the encore. The encore determines if you did your thing the first time. So
But
I can't be all thinking about what I was going to do, and you don't like that.
if I thought about all these things that I was going to do, or the possibilities, we're not saying it's like a schedule or anything or nothing planned out, but doesn't that lead
Right,
to disappointment if it doesn't happen the way that
right.
you've now envisioned and made up in your brain? No.
For
What
me,
King
for
Ray
me,
Yes,
saying?
not
because I've been,
You saying
yes,
yes?
I've been
King Ray
disappointed
saying no.
That
exactly
means you
that way.
put too much emphasis on that. I'm just
Yes.
like literally, it's the surface right here. This is, I thought about a situation with you. I've seen your stature as far as just physically what it is right there, and there's just a couple of possibilities that have ran through my mind. That's it. Level. It's right here. I'm not doing this. I'm not like,
But
oh,
what
okay,
makes
he
you
can do
think
that and
there's
he
no
can curl my toe and
other?
da. I'm not
I
that
guess,
detailed
how do
into it.
you get to that possibility? You 5'10", you're 6 feet tall, you weigh 200. I in
You
my
never
mind,
looked
you
at a
see
guy and be
all the
like, oh,
things
I
you
bet
can
he can
do.
do this or he could do that.
I don't.
Like, because okay, like I give an example that's just
If I feel your
baseline.
member, if I feel your member of your area, if I feel that, then yes, now we're talking possibilities. Like, that ain't, we ain't gonna be able to do that one because I already know. Like, but just your arm size and how tall you. No,
Gentle,
I don't.
gentle.
I ain't never. But if I feel that area,
Whoa,
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, nah, we gonna have to do. We gonna have to. I'm at the whole. Okay, but outside of that,
Hilarious.
nah, everything else, I'm like, I don't know what you can do. I don't give a shit about dating somebody the same size, same height. I have no idea what you can do. I've been with some very large men that I was like, damn, that's what you doing? Like, if I size them up, I'm like, you can't do it this way. You can't do it. There's you can't.
Oh
I
no, I
think you
don't
can
say
lift
what
me up.
they
And
can
then you
do.
got
I
weak
just the
arms, and
possibility of what they
now I'm
can't.
all disappointed. You sitting, you on top of me, shaking and shit, and I thought you had strong arms. Your ass is up there been shaking. That is the worst when a man is on top of you shaking. That shit makes you feel like so like all right, should we stop? Shoot. Why
Switch.
don't y'all stop when y'all start shaking? Why? Why y'all know what, Poppy?
you gotta
Stop,
complete the mission.
not with
You
your
got to complete the
if
mission.
the
Yeah,
wind
you
is
cannot
blowing the
abort.
bridge. If the wind is blowing the bridge, we got to get off
All
this
right,
motherfucker.
You
so that go like
cannot
this.
abort the mission.
So it go like this. Just like we gotta complete the mission. If you on top and you getting it in it, your knees is starting to go out, and it's feeling good to you, right? It's feeling good to you.
I'm trying to switch it up.
Are you gonna stop, or you just gonna let them knees collapse?
We're gonna
I was
switch
like,
up.
switch.
We're gonna switch up. I'm because you can't. I don't know about for a man. I don't know about for anybody else but myself. But I can't be in pain and still complete my mission. I might complete. You might get your mission completed, but I'm not gonna have a Charlie horse and still be able to bust my nut. It's not gonna happen. We need to get this. I need to relax the muscle.
Stretch it out. Stretch it out.
Stretch it out. We need
We
to change
going
the
to
position.
muscle failure out this
Right.
motherfucker. Goddamn.
It's like, ooh, shit. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I mean, I've been on top and had my whole hip lock up or do some dumb shit. I'd be like, ain't
That
no, it's
Charlie
no
horse ain't fun. I'll tell you that
But
much.
did he massage it out? Did he massage?
Huh?
Did he massage it out?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
That's what
he got you right. Did you
yeah.
complete the mission?
But
Did
we
you
switched
complete the
sides.
mission?
He didn't massage it out. I wasn't still up there. I like
But
push
did
me
you
over.
complete the mission? Did you complete the
Me
mission?
over. He pushed me
Okay,
over.
teapot.
Right. I was a teapot. I was like, don't take it out. That's just slide to the side. I just tip over.
Roll with me. Roll with me.
Roll with me. I know everybody has had that moment where you don't want it to come out. You're like, whoa. Let's do it slow. Let's do it slow. Yeah, listen. I don't understand.
Lord,
Just my opinion.
I'm so still shocked at your imagination, man.
Listen, I don't want to. I'm a doer. Okay, I don't want
to
to imagine it. Once I go there, that means it's happening. Like I'm not even going there. I don't know what you could do. I don't like setting myself up for disappointment. For me, this is just me talking. If I think of all these things that you could possibly do and you don't do all of them things, then now I'm gonna be like. It's just like watching a movie. If I thought the previews made it look like it was good and then I start watching it and it's some garbage, then I'm going to be like, damn, I wasted my fucking time. So I just try not to think about it. I might be attracted to you. You might smell nice. Like Papi got the cologne coming out. You know, you might smell a little
Appreciate
something.
the plug.
You might
Appreciate
look good. But I have known that, listen, not all gifts that are wrapped nice are good gifts, okay? And I just don't even go there. I don't even go there because you might suck my titty the wrong way and I'm done. Like I'm that finicky about shit. Like I'm gonna let you go ahead and do what you got to do, but you didn't just turn me all the way off. So it's just like, well, I don't even take my mind.
I don't know. No thoughts of somebody. I don't put that much strength into the thought of what I thought, but there's thoughts there.
Right, like you said, he 5'10", he's 250.
You know how many guys would be like, "Oh, I wish I could put my meat in between her titties," type thing. It's just that thought. Doesn't mean, you know, if you have got to do it.
Yes.
Right. It doesn't mean that you can or have the ability to do it, but you thought about it.
At the same time, you still got to gut it out. You know what I'm saying? If she was willing to bless you with that chance, you got to fucking gut it out. I will collapse a lung. I will steal me a saline pack for recovery. I will do what I have to do to complete the mission. My man Papi is 1,000% right.
Okay. I hear you guys. I know.
I have had my asthma pump and my nebulizer machine beside on standby in order to complete the mission.
My man.
Hashtag complete the mission.
I don't know. Once you get I just feel I don't take all that. Listen, I know who I am. I know how to get where I need to go. We ain't both got being here doing a whole bunch of sweat and breathing heavy. We ain't got to do all that. It don't need to take that long. Where I gotta go, bro. We ain't gotta do all that. Now every now and then get cool. But on a regular all the time, come on, man.
That ain't on a regular basis. Right. But sometimes you got to go there to prove it.
Sometimes you do. I understand. But I have gone beyond the years of proving shit. I'm gonna tell you that shit now. I'm not trying anymore. I'm just coming with what I know works. Okay. And whatever it is that you might want to add to that and that you like, I'm open to that. But I'm not coming in with no game plan. I'm about to fuck the shit out of this nigga. No. We're about to do it. Okay.
We're about to get.
All right. You gonna be happy. I'm gonna be happy. We're gonna sleep. We're gonna eat. It's gonna be great. Wonderful.
But, you turn into Donald Trump.
Did you hear that, Cletus?
Right.
Cletus, that was your invitation, bro. That was your invitation, Cletus. Hope you were listening. That was for you, bro.
Oh my goodness, but it has been an awesome night. I have so chopped it up with you guys, and my glass is getting empty. So that means that we are coming to the end of Kocktailz Konvo this Tuesday, and we have had such an amazing guest. I want to make sure that he has time to tell people where to find them, how to find them. They in the comments calling that preach, Papi. Papi, tell him. Papi up there talking the truth. That man right there. I'm like, damn, I ain't never seen so many men big as. I love it. They were so supportive. Like, you better tell them what we said. Like, they had a meeting before he came to Joe, you tell them what I said when we had the meeting about men being in the world. So make sure that you guys Follow this brother. He's gonna tell you where you can find him, all that good stuff. Let me put him on solo so you can get all that. All right, because he got the gliss and all that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, for anybody that's trying to check out my comedy, my skits, anything like that, you can find me on all social media platforms at I am Poppy the Bear. That's IAMPAPITHEBEAR. Okay. If you want to find any of my clothes, that's at Billionaire Bear Apparel. You spell that Billionaire Bear Apparel. It's too long to spell, but I can put it in the comments after we get finished. But billionaireapparel.com, you can check it out. I got sweatshirts. This is one of my fedoras. This is a pair of my sunglasses that I'm rocking as well. Like I said, the cologne is coming out 2022, January 1st, dropping. It's cop that. Just holler at me, man. You know, I ain't got no more shows this year. I fell back for a minute because, like I said, I'm in grind mode trying to do a couple of different things. Just finished up a script, so we trying to shoot that. Stiletto, I will be calling you because I got a part for you in that movie that I would love for you to play. But again, man, I appreciate you guys, Queen Ray, Stiletto, 80 Proof. Thank you guys for having me. It's been an awesome time, and I appreciate it. I'll let her come back, and I'm always going to watch every Tuesday at 9:00.
Hey, y'all get to support Bobby. Support Bobby. Bobby got the hat. He said we got the glasses. Queen Ray rocking some of his apparel. And my son, never mind. I'm gonna put mine on next week. I'm gonna have mine on next week. I promise.
I got you, baby.
I was so pumped. I was like, I'm gonna wear it. All right. But anyway, make sure that you support and follow this brother. Listen, Queen Ray, you rocking the apparel, so I gotta go with you next. Tell them where they can find you, how they can get to know you, and your the sneaky side. She winking with both eyes. You gonna set Uncle Pete off now? He's been in the comments all night on your ass. He's Queen, don't do nothing till you make the pies. Like only Tell them where they can find you.
Again, we have come to an end of a lovely episode of the Kocktailz Konvo, and we're just so appreciative that you guys spent your time with us here on this podcast, and we love it. Appreciate our special guest that we had this evening, Papi the Bear. As always, you can find me at Queen Ray 22 or RGF Entertainment and Photography, where I have the business of taking photos. I love it. So now that we are starting to have guests on the lovely Kocktailz Konvo podcast, if you would like to be a guest, please put it in our inbox or hit up Stiletto, or you can hit up myself directly so we can see about getting you on here, showing your lovely face, and giving your lovely comments live and in person or virtual, really, because we ain't in person.
Queen Ray, you done went through 17 different accents. You was British.
Oh my gosh.
Got Southern. Bring y'all. Come on now.
Come on now, you hear?
Come on now.
Bring that on down.
And then, of course, you got Melly Mel. Mr. 80 Proof actually has social media, so he has somewhere to tell you guys to follow him now. Mel, tell them all of your information and say your goodbyes.
What's good? Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Congratulations to y'all getting y'all proper holiday in before the holiday end. You can follow me at Don't Follow 80 Proof. That's right, at Don't Follow 80 Proof. I am not as talented as my guest. He was able to spell and then tell you he wasn't going to spell. I just can't spell. I don't have nothing more to it. There's nothing else to it. Thank you so much to Stiletto, FF. Thank you so much for Queen Ray. If you are all looking to be on the show, you all need to understand there are various forms of bribes that are appreciated. They don't have to be monetary. They don't have to be topic related. They can be all types of things. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we see y'all next week.
Oh my goodness, something's wrong with y'all both. Okay, co-pilots are always in full effect. The guest was super dope. Listen, stop playing. This is the Tuesday night thing to do. You ain't got it. It's getting cold. Get your hot toddy, get yourself all in your bed, get ready, and chop it up with us. Listen, this is you ain't gotta go nowhere. You be with us. Even if you are somewhere like Montrell, you could be in your car watching the show. We, we are everywhere. So you make sure you follow us with Cocktail and Convo on Facebook. We got Cocktail and Convo on Instagram. And we are also on YouTube. You can watch the complete episode and past episodes right there on our YouTube page as well. And anywhere and everywhere, listen, always support anything and everything Brown owned. You know how I feel about that. So make sure that you get out there. When Papi puts something, we drop something, you listen, go back. He gonna put his stuff in the comments. You support, and then support some more. Okay. I'm comedian Stiletto, also on Facebook as Stiletto Cash Smith. And then Instagram, Twitter, fucking what is TikTok shit, all that shit is Stiletto Funny. And yeah, and if you don't know how to spell it, I'm sorry. But Mel has an 80 in his actual. See how it says 80 proof? That's how it is on there as well. So people want to, yeah. So people don't try to spell out 80. But yeah, so make sure that you guys support us. Comment, share this with your friends, share this with your family, and yeah, and we'll talk about what happened on your Thanksgiving next Tuesday, okay? Because I know it's some tea, it's family, it's drama, it's goodness, it's love, it's all of that. And I hope nobody has a soul food type situation where you're like, I knew slept with my husband. And if you do, please write us. Write a Stiletto letter. Tell us all about it. So that's been our time. I'll see you guys next week. We will talk to you. Bye. Let me click off. See, because I'm producing and shit now. Hold on. Let me.
Only